Hey, my name's Aidanseesthings, and every week I'm going to be uploading the School of Rocket League, in which I will be analysing a replay from one of my Twitch subscribers every week. And of course, it will all be all different ranks. And if you yourself want to have a replay analysed, you can do so by just hopping into my Discord server. As long as you're subscribed to me on Twitch, you can upload a replay there, and every week I'll be picking one. But for this week, let's just jump straight in. Alright, we're just going to jump into this replay of Shameless. He's playing with 937 and Frag Leg. Plays against a guy called Nightzod, Flickered a Twist, and what's the other? Minkimon. And we're just going to follow his perspective, mostly look at what he does well and what he doesn't do so well, and see what sort of things he can improve on. Now, I think Shameless is around GC1, a fairly high rank game, and of course this is just a kickoff goal. Not a lot that can be done. It is what it is. We hate to see it. You don't love to see it. Okay, but let's pretend that didn't happen and move on to the next one. Huffle it back to the corner boost. That's fine. I mean, standard to go for the corner. He's up very, very quick, very early. Gets the double. To be honest, I would originally have thought maybe he rushes this. But to be honest, the read is really good. Their touch to the backboard, fantastic. Not really a lot to say. It's just a great goal. It is a fantastic finish. Right from the kickoff, making sure to make up for that one goal they conceded immediately. This time kickoff more neutral. Okay. So it's interesting here how he sort of cuts very quickly across. Now this pathing that he takes, we're just going to look at this from fly cam, because what we can see here is 97's up early. He's going to challenge this ball. Frag Leg is cutting back to the net, and he comes back to the back post. Now, what Shameless is doing is he starts cutting through the midfield here. These are common mistakes that people are going to make, like, because I think what he sees is Frag Leg going back towards the back post, and Shameless goes, okay, maybe I can cut here. But the thing is we've got to remember, Frag Leg is at the moment closer to the play. If 937 wins a challenge, Frag Leg can turn quicker and be there quicker than Shameless will be by cutting across. The other thing that we create of the problem here is if Shameless does cut across, we end up with 3 people in the same area of the pitch. Best thing for Shameless to do here is actually to keep taking a wider turn and come into the back post, because this will allow Frag Leg to push up into first post a little earlier and keep that rotation going. So as soon as 937's gone, he comes down, loses the challenge, he's out and back in, and this will create that nice rotation which we're looking for. If we look at now the way that Shameless ends up coming back, so because he cuts through the middle, he sees that 937's getting beaten, he's not going to get to the ball, and Shameless goes, okay, look, I'm going to go back to net. What he does is he comes back here and immediately pushes. He never actually comes to the back post, and this is always a risk that we can take, and this is just moving too quickly. So I understand probably what goes to Shameless is I want to get back there quickly, I want to get back on the net quickly, I want to keep the play going, I want to keep moving, I want to keep my momentum, but the best way to do that is really just to take wider turns to the back post here, and because coming in at this position does mean we leave this part of the net quite unprotected. It's going to be very difficult to get there, and it's also going to mean we're very close to our teammate in that position there, and they do end up having contact with each other. It's very awkward. Frag Leg end up turning and bumping Shameless. If Shameless was already back here and he was just waiting at the back post, this was his ball to go for. But now we just lose a bit of time on these turns and in net. But now he waits. This is good. Good position. He waits. He forces the play. He goes. He doesn't get the touch. Now, a lot of people will be scared of going for balls like this, or a lot of people will think, okay, this wasn't good, or maybe people get shit for it in games because they go, oh, you missed the ball. But to be honest, he didn't have a lot of momentum, didn't have a lot of time to get up to it. The ball came quite quickly. Doesn't get the touch, it's fine. He forces the play. It's going wide. 937's back post anyway. There's nothing really to worry about. He had to go and he went. Okay, he's good position as first man there, ahead of Frag Leg. Okay, this again is sort of cutting across the field. This is something that a lot of people do, just at all ranks really. But what we have to think is movements that go directly across the field are really unnecessary and very, very confusing for your team. Because if you're cutting across here and you don't see a teammate up here, what we can assume is that our teammates are in this area behind us. So by cutting across the middle of the field, you are making him obsolete and making him obsolete, because you're taking this position. Best thing to do in these situations, if you think you're not going to go for the ball and you want to come back to third and come back, you can be in third position and create the space again. Interesting though to look at 937's position. He is following a little bit behind Fragleg, which does mean they are perfectly in a line, which means there isn't a lot of support. Seamus's starting position is very good. Fragleg could play that pass to him. You see the space in front. This is good positioning. It's a good idea. But the moment this pass doesn't come, it is now up to Seamus to make the right decision. Sees the 50. Immediately the reaction should be to turn back on these pads, get the pads, then you've got boost and you're in a good position. 937 can go challenge and Fragleg will follow out in the same sort of manner, and Seamus would become a second man. But the way that he cuts across now is just so awkward, because you come in at the ball at this position, you hit into it, it comes into the middle. You can try to control it, but of course this guy's got a better angle, on the blue team, this dude right here, better angle to go challenge this ball. And ideally 937, the way he turns back here, he should be just going for the ball and forcing this one. But this is very awkward positioning again. Fragleg's going up for the mid boost. He should actually be turning on pads and coming back to back post a bit earlier, especially because he's getting beaten to that. So just go back and have a look at the touch in the end that Seamus gets. Goes across the field and bangs it into the wall. Unfortunately, 937 has turned. Will get there. So it works out. 937 does rush this hit a lot though. See the touchdown, look at all the space. That flick the twist guy, he's gone back. 937 all the time in the world to control this. This is fine. Seamus going into the middle. This time this is okay. This is a good position behind Fragleg. Maybe a little bit passive now. Waiting for the touch. Will get the touchdown. This is good 50 in the end. 97 was able to follow. Go. Okay, this is a lot of boost wasting. I see this a lot. See, the moment he lands, 69 boost. Now let's just see how much boost he uses just to get his car onto the floor. Where there is no reason to rush this here. He uses more than 20 boost just to land. And he keeps using boost all the way through that turn. Down to 14 boost, down to 0. Picks up a pad, gets another 12, but immediately back down to 0. Picks up a pad, 0. Now the 100 boost. Absolutely unnecessary. So in this situation, a lot of people do this, and this is where I see a lot of mistakes at every single rank, is simply boost management. No need to use the boost here, no need to use the boost on the turn, just use your flips, and the position he's landed has made it perfect to come back on pads. Now he's got a couple of options. He can come back like this through the middle, turn back up and support again, or you can even take a bit of a wider turn, come back on these pads, and you see how much boost is in this turn. Like, we'll just have a look. You get this one, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84 boost on that turn. No need to bring yourself out of position. Because what are we really worried about in Rocket League? It's the middle of the field. This is where we are more threatening to them and where we are able to defend. Being out here is very useless. You're not part of the play anymore. Even being at this corner, you're not part of the play. You got to think as well, all the opponents are on this side of the field. So by being over here, you're also not hindering them by taking boosts. Like, take the boost in front of the net. You take these pads and you guys are on attack. Take all these pads and the opponents won't be able to get them. These are all your opponents' resources at the moment when you guys are attacking. So just got to try and think, how do we get back into the attack quicker? And of course, the higher rank you get, the more you need to build pressure on attack, right? Because yes, you can go for very good solo plays and stuff, but they need to be super high quality to be able to beat 2 or 3 men on net. But by pressuring opponents, wearing down their boost, you're going to have way better scoring opportunities, and they won't be the prettiest goals, but goals are goals. So just try and cut back a little bit earlier. I'll try to go a little bit quicker through the replay now. There's a few concepts I've probably gone through, which I'm guessing, based on Seamus' play style, are going to be the biggest issues. This is good. Maybe gone a bit early. He's good in a good position. You see it, but he is third man, and we just see right in the left side of our view here, Shameless will see 937 turning towards the net, the opponent's net, looking for a bump of that Minkamon. Now this means that Shameless is last man. Fragleg gets this hit, and he sees Flicker that twist go up immediately. This is too risky, I would say, to go for. I like the ambition, But you see this flicker to twist, he's beating 100%, and it's just not worth it. In these situations as last man, you don't want to leave yourself isolated. You don't want to leave that space behind you. To be able to go for this, he really needed confirmation that 937 was coming back. So this is going a bit risky. Will get beaten, and to be honest, the opponents clearly haven't played this very well because it's a great scoring opportunity. It's a really good pass that Minkamon's missed, and they're lucky. They've dodged a bullet here. Now this is very panicky from everyone, of course, because you end up in this situation where you're all scrambling back to net and trying to make save. You're expecting the shot from Minkamon. So this positioning here, obviously it's terrible. All three players in the same little square, but it's understandable. It's forgivable in a way because you think, okay, got to get back, got to make the challenge. So you all end up here. Some very interesting recoveries. Okay, what do we notice now? Everyone in a line. This is never the position we want to be in. 937 is going for that big boost because Shameless got the other one. But much earlier, someone had to just turn straight into the middle. Support Fragleg. Look at the position he's in. Fantastic position to get this ball center. If someone is there immediately, as quick as possible, to push into the middle, you've got scoring opportunities. Now, of course, Shameless as third man is going to go in here. 937 is stuck following behind, and you end up a little bit awkward with no support. And this happens a lot in competitive. And what happened, this is also something I expected. The moment that 937 gets that mid boost, of course, he's going to cut back into the middle to try and support Fragleg, which then just leaves Shameless following 937. And again, in this line where you're not very useful. Now, we can see the play going this way. 937 should come out here, and Shameless can kind of hold this position. We'll just see what he does. And he does kind of hold it, so that's good. That's actually really good. He's there in support of 937. I'm going to go for the challenge. Won't get the beat. Cutting back for the bump, maybe a bit ambitious. I would say this was a sub-optimal play. Had he maybe got on a bump or a demo, it could have been worth it. But I would say this is not the optimal play here. I would have just carried on rotating out and coming back into the midfield. Comes back very, very wide. Now, it's not, again, this is not awful. This is not the worst thing ever because the play is going further and further away. So you know he has time. But in the future, you know, it's always good to think, where are my teammates? Where are the opponents? And what is the quickest route to net? That 100 boost, what happened to it actually? Who took it? I didn't even tell. I think Fragleg picks it up. That would look really weird for a second. So in this situation, you know, he is, of course, where he's landed after the bump, trying to get the bump. He's landed in a place where there's not a lot of boost to pick up. This makes going for this corner a little bit more acceptable. Generally, though, you'd be looking to get infield a little bit quicker, into that back post a bit quicker. But given this pad's not here either, because Fragleg has decided to pick up 100 and come through using boost and picking up that pad as well. Fragleg's, you know, move has made it difficult for Shameless to take a pad turn. So this is not the worst thing ever. This is quite good that he goes to this pad in the end. These are the moments where it's more forgivable. You got to think, where are the resources, and you know, how quickly do I need to be back on net in this situation? This is an okay move from Shameless. But now it needs to calm it down. So this is a very typical thing. You see a lot of players do this, and it's leaving this position too early and creeping up along the net. And this is where people get caught out. You end up here, you end up awkward in the middle of the net. Now, Shameless, I know him, so I know he's a very mechanical player, which means he can do good recoveries from this position and make tough saves. But just to make it easier for himself, waiting in this sort of area and even doing some turns, you know, on the spot or into the net first and then back out, you know, you're going to keep the momentum and you're going to keep a better position. Whereas here, you creep up a little bit, we end up again. And this is a concept you may have seen talked about in different videos, but when we look at the Rocket League field, we're going to split it up into different segments of the pitch. Now, what I like to say is it's split into sort of 9 squares. You've probably seen videos on this. Now, I'm not going to draw perfect squares here, but what we'll end up with is like positioning like this, and you're all within sort of one square of each other. What you want in Rocket League is, if you've got someone there, you have another person here and another person here. You're split by a square each, right? You're on the attack, and you know, you've got first man here, you've got second man supporting here, and you've got third man either somewhere here, here, or here along this rectangle, right? And this allows proper spacing. It gives space to your teammates, and if you always maintain this space, you're never going to get confused whether it's your ball to go for or not. You're not going to double commit so easily. You're not going to get in the way of each other, and you're going to be in positions at which you can affect the play more. You know, if you think, you know, if you're all in the same side, in the same squares, how much more of the field gets left open? You know, you end end up leaving all of this space completely open for the opponents to transition into, or place that you could potentially have been playing into yourselves to stretch the opponents more. So we just want to make sure that, you know, we don't creep up into positions too early, because you just end up making that space smaller, which makes it awkward for everyone involved. Okay, pushes up and goes across the field. Now this is good. This is good fix to the position. Here we create the space. He's looking for the space on the field. This is really intelligent play. He sees the spaces over here. Nightsword has read it well though, but Shameless is there for the touch. Nightsword's rushed it, as players often do. Tries to get the backboard, looking for the read. Maybe egoing a pass here. We'll just look. Was there anyone following alongside? No, there was not actually. So again, this is very passive positioning from his teammates. Fragleg should be supporting Shameless. He should be a lot higher up in the middle alongside. 937 is far too far away from the play, going into this comfort zone of the back boost, which I don't know if it's... I don't know if this is a replay bug, but it seems like there's no back boost even here. So what are you doing? Yeah, we'll see. Shameless, of course, then not egoing the pass, just had to go alone because it wasn't supported. Very wide rotation out though. Now, I think in this particular situation, you might say, okay, we'll take the back boost of the opponent and, you know, starve them, but you're not starving anyone here. They're not going to be going for that boost anyway. Best thing you can do, the moment you land here, what turn, it looks obvious. We've got the pads again, and this is a miss. Whoa, nice one, camera. Nice one, camera. Nice one, camera. We've missed this opportunity of coming back on the pads. There's plenty of boost for the taking there, and you end up making this turn very sharp, wide, and you spend maybe a second and a half longer getting back to net. And those can make big differences in Rocket League. You know how quickly this game can be played. Trying to get a bit quicker through this replay now. Goes up quickly, try to force the place. It's fine. Comes back in the middle. Takes the corner boost this time. Not too bad of a decision. He was close to it anyway from following the play. Has to back off here. Now goes and forces. That's fine. Forced to play. Doesn't get the ball, but it's okay. So he's made it easier for 937. He's got the 50. He's gone out to the other side. This again, creeping up. Is what we saw earlier from Shameless, is not having the patience to go and wait at the back post. Always creeping up. Now you end up 3 people. Same side of the pitch again. Now we're going to follow alongside. Fragleg, though, a bit awkward from him. This is fine for Shameless to go out to force. Ends up getting a good touch on the ball. Tries to play it in field. It was maybe slightly better decision than the other times I've seen him go for the corner boost, because at least he was denying it from Nightsword. But again, this is slowing down our pressure on attack. You go through those pads, you get into the middle a lot earlier, and you'll be able to maintain the pressure. Now you get demoed, you're out of the play. And we're back into our defensive third again. Good touch from Fragleg. This is a good follow by Shameless. Maybe a bit quick, has got an unfortunate touch. 937's followed it really well. This is better from Shameless. Straight back into the middle. Third man position. He's able to go. Fake challenge. It was a good fake challenge. It would have been risky to dive in there. So this is done very well. Something I like to see. Oh, what a goal. You're kidding me. He's made something out of nothing there. What a goal. He's just peaked. Shameless has just peaked. Oh my god. Let's just see that one more time. This is fucking stupid. Oh my word. Shameless has peaked. Okay. Well, that was interesting. He's obviously very hyped up after scoring this goal. I think at the moment this ball gets away from him, he just got to go and cut through the field back to the back post instead of cutting all the way across the net and now going for another corner boost. I mean, the balls end up coming towards him, so he'll say, "Oh, it was good," but I mean, you could have come and cut across a little bit earlier, taken pants. He would have been in a better position. Can't rely on the opponents making a bad play. Tries to go for that corner pinch again. Gets denied this time. Not happening twice in one game. Again going all the way wide, going all the way to back boost, all the way to mid boost. This is probably Shameless's biggest mistakes, or at least the most consistent mistakes. Now following a bit too much behind Fragleg. And again, this is what I'm talking about with positioning. If you're not that one square away, now we don't know who's going. Now, Fragleg can't see Shameless. Shameless can see Fragleg. So if you keep that position and you keep the spacing a bit better, like, even though this is a stupid ball for Fragleg to go for, because the only thing you can do is send it to the left side, where Shameless can actually shoot this straight on net. And this is awareness that Fragleg could maybe have, but in this heat of the moment, having better spacing would have allowed Shameless to see whether or not Fragleg's going to go. You end up double committing on these, and You know, Frag Leg in the end should not have gone for that, but it's just like, if you want to improve yourself as an individual, you got to try and think, what's a good spacing, positioning I can have to avoid these double commits. Okay. Interesting that he went up onto the ceiling. We're not going to talk about that. I think he knows he's trolling. Okay, good. Nice touch. Over to Frag Leg, the passing play. Now it's just a goal. Nice. Well played. That was good. Really good touch by Shameless. Sees the teammate downfield, finds him. It's a great pass. Really good save from 937. Now Shameless waiting, back post, leaving the net a little bit. Again, creeping. This is why you concede. Now, you can maybe blame your teammates for not getting away earlier. 937's done really well to get this out to the left side, but Shameless now needs to hold this position. Frag Leg has gone over way too early, way too quickly. Needs to be waiting at that front post instead to see if 937's got another touch. You said you get two people going for the ball. The problem is Shameless now sort of started to follow that play. He's not tight to the net. He's got a lot of space between him and the net. And if you wait here at the back post, you're getting a better angle on this save that's about to come up. Like, from this position, you're not hugging the net, you're far away. It's a way more awkward angle than if you were here. This is much easier to go for. This is so much harder. So, of course, you know, you've been put in a position where you're isolated as last man. But I think Shameless would have saved this had he been in a bit of a better starting position. There's going to be another kickoff goal for the blue team. Don't love to see that. Going to rotate back. Again, very wide. Now, I don't think you would have got back in time, but this is unnecessary to go out here. There's no boost there anyway. There's no boost there either. So go through the pads into the back post. You'd be back so much quicker. Don't think he would have got back in time to save this, but, you know, the sentiment is the same. It's a good challenge. I would say cutting back has maybe made it a bit more awkward. But it seems to be very panicky. Frag Leg as well, taking that really sharp, narrow turn. 937 getting unfortunate on the shot. Okay, foregoing the ball here. I mean, surely you've just got to go for the shot here. That's an open net. He goes for the player instead. Go for the ball. He could have caught this, dribbled it into the net. Said he's gone for the demo. You would have taken the lead here. What are you doing, Shameless? Come on now, brother. Okay. Coming back to back post is better. Does he have the patience? No, but it's okay because he's following through naturally. This time was not so bad. A bit of an unlucky touch, but good recovery. Trying to fake him out. Gets dunked. Comes back inside now, gets bumped. That's a bit unfortunate. Did try to go back to the other side, and that is wide open. It's going to have a look at net here. So this is awkward because James starts coming back same side initially. Now, with the half flip, once he did that, if he'd gone immediately to back post, I guess he tried. He got bumped by Minkamon. It is unfortunate. 937's pushed out really early, and Frag Leg again turning back. It's his, yeah. It's just the fact of having no one back post is why this has happened. The thing is, 937 kind of had to go and close that down. Shameless just hasn't been able to rotate quick enough, and yeah, conceded again from having no one back post. And now another kickoff goal. Don't love to see it. Oh, 937 gets dunked. Well. I mean, they've conceded 3 kickoff goals, so I feel the pain. And this is just a clusterfuck, but it's a couple seconds left on the game, and well, that's a GG. Well, if you enjoyed this video and you found you learned a thing or two about Rocket League, then don't forget to go hit that subscribe button, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, especially if you have any more feedback, if I missed anything or got anything wrong. Let me know your opinions. I'd love to hear it. But until next week, I'll see you guys.